Wing Chun, the art of not playing nice in a fight. So let's dive into Wing Chun, shall we? This isn't just any martial art. It's the real deal for those who want to take down an opponent with the finesse of a Shaolin monk and the directness of a street brawler. Legend has it that a Shaolin Kung Fu master named Ng Mui invented Wing Chun. Whether or not that's true, what we do know is that IP Man, a Wing Chun master, made it famous across mainland China and Hong Kong. And let's not forget, Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan owe part of their badassery to Wing Chun. Yes, even today it's taught worldwide. Pretty impressive for something that's centuries old, right? Wing Chun isn't just about landing knockout blows. It's like a spiritual spa day for your mind, body, and soul. Rooted in Buddhist and Taoist philosophy, it's all about leveling up to become not just a better fighter, but a beacon of kindness and compassion. Yes, you'll emerge from Wing Chun training with the zen of a monk and the grace of a saint. But hey, let's not get too lost in the spiritual mumbo-jumbo while you're out there becoming the ultimate enlightened warrior. Imagine you're in a dark alley and someone jumps out at you. There's no time to circle, prepare, or show off your fancy footwork. Wing Chun's #1 goal? Shut the fight down as quickly as possible. None of this back and forth nonsense. Wing Chun isn't completely banned in MMA, but let's be real. Some of its moves are so dangerously effective that they're practically in their own do not enter zone. Ever wondered why Wing Chun isn't gracing the MMA octagon? It's their opponent's knees and ankles, like twigs. This isn't about sportsmanship. It's about making sure your attacker regrets ever getting out of bed. Eye gouging, throat grabbing, and other dirty tricks aren't just for show. They're effective. But let's face it, they'd turn an MMA match into a horror show with minimal chances of recovery for the poor opponent. So if you think Wing Chun sounds freakily scary, you're not wrong. Let's dive into one of these moves, shall we? Eye gouging is practically a Wing Chun specialty, if you want to make your opponent's day truly memorable. But try pulling that stunt in an MMA match and you might as well sign up for a lifetime ban. Even an accidental eye poke can cost you points faster than you can say, whoops. MMA gloves are specifically designed to prevent this kind of dirty fighting. Why, you ask? Well, imagine the utter chaos if everyone started clawing at each other's eyes. It'd be like a zombie apocalypse, but with more bloodshed and fewer survival tips. And let's talk about throat grabbing. In Wing Chun, this move is like the ultimate party trick, only instead of impressive, it's downright terrifying. Grab someone's throat and you might just rip out their trachea. Super effective for self-defense? Sure. Allowed in MMA? Nope. Imagine the uproar if fighters started turning their bouts into scenes from a slasher flick. Yeah, not quite the clean fight the MMA is aiming for. Wing Chun is basically the rebellious teenager of martial arts. No rules, no problem. Forget about those fancy competitions with their gloves and refs. Wing Chun is all about raw, unfiltered street self-defense. It's like the no mercy zone of martial arts where the only rule is, don't get caught. And weapons? Who needs them? In Wing Chun, your hands are already equipped to handle business with all the grace and subtlety of a wrecking ball. Why bother lugging around a knife or bat when your fists are practically mini explosions of pain? Wing Chun turns your appendages into lethal instruments, making any potential weapon look like a toy. So next time you're in a street fight, remember, you don't need a weapon when your hands are already serving up an all-you-can-eat buffet of discomfort. Wing Chun isn't just about delivering a beatdown, it's about doing it with a touch of class, and here's how it's done. First off, center line control. Picture this. You're the director of this fight scene, and the center line is your red carpet. Control it, and you're practically telling your opponent, this is my stage, darling. You're just an extra. Then there's simultaneous defense and attack. Why settle for the mundane act of just blocking when you can do it all? Block and hit at the same time. Because who has the time to do one thing when you can multitask like a pro? It's like being the overachiever in a room full of underperformers. And let's not forget constant forward pressure. Keep pushing and attacking so persistently that your opponent starts to wonder if they signed up for a fight or a never-ending endurance test. It's like holding them in a perpetual state of, can I get a break here? These techniques are executed with such relaxed precision that your opponent's attempts at attacking will look like they're starring in a poorly choreographed dance number. Sure, Wing Chun might sound like the ultimate martial arts superpower, but let's not get too carried away. It's not exactly the MVP of the MMA world, and here's why. For starters, Wing Chun is about as suited for competition as a fish is for climbing a tree. Designed for street self-defense, it's like bringing a Swiss Army knife to a robotics competition. Impressive in its own right, but not exactly what the judges are looking for. And grappling? Wing Chun's idea of a ground game is probably a comfy yoga mat. Without grappling techniques, you're basically asking for a one-way ticket to a quick submission or takedown. You know, because skilled MMA fighters love turning Wing Chun enthusiasts into human pretzels. Lastly, Wing Chun's not exactly a hit with trained athletes who know how to keep you at arm's length. If you think you can close the distance with some Wing Chun moves, think again. Those athletes will make sure you're as far away as your last bad date. Despite the rules, some MMA fighters have managed to sneak a little Wing Chun magic into their style. Take Tony Ferguson, for instance. He's not just known for his unpredictable fighting style, but also for his love of Wing Chun, especially his obsession with the wooden dummy. Then there's Anderson Silva, the Bruce Lee fanboy who channels his inner dragon with Wing Chun trapping moves and kicks. One might imagine Bruce Lee himself giving Silva a ghostly thumbs up from the afterlife. And let's not forget John Jones, who's famous for his Wing Chun-style oblique kicks. While he might not have formal Wing Chun training, he's sure a kick that practically screams, "Back off or I'll Wing Chun your kneecaps." So let's be real. Wing Chun isn't exactly the golden ticket to an MMA championship. It's built for swiftly incapacitating an opponent, not for scoring points in a sport where rules are as strict as a school principal on a power trip. Wing Chun is like the ultimate bad day for your attacker, ensuring they leave with a story that'll make them think twice about picking a fight again. Let's get real. Wing Chun is all about survival and self-improvement, not about racking up shiny trophies. So if you're after a spiritual journey with a side of self-defense, Wing Chun might just be your perfect fit. But if your dream is to snag that MMA belt, you might want to pick a style that doesn't get you disqualified faster than a referee can yell, "Illegal move." If this brutally savage truth about Wing Chun hits you like a freight train, don't just sit there, smash that subscribe button like it's your opponent's face, and drop a comment below. We're hungry for your thoughts and ready to keep this wild ride going. Your feedback fuels our fury, so let's keep the carnage coming.